This program's biggest successes. She started as an intern, and now she's on the CEO track. A great example of how far you can get if you work hard here.
Bruce, my accounts are frozen. What is going on?
Wait, what? It's a routine investigation. Just lay low and just wait for this to blow over.
I'm sorry, man.
So, one of the changes in the account to Sack.
Sabbatical is a film starring Mona Monyane and Clementine Musimani. The story is about a banker who returns home unannounced to her childhood home and her overbearing mother, who she hardly visits. Unknown to her mother, a life-changing secret brought her back, threatening to overturn their relationship forever. Without giving away too much, we're going to chat a little bit more about this film. We're joined by the starring mother and daughter, Mona Monyane, as well as Clementine Musimani. Good morning to the both of you, and thank you for joining us. Right, so Clementine, you played Doris.
Yes.
And I wonder if you can talk to us about the character, how you went about portraying this overbearing mother, particularly when a daughter returns home.
How did I go about it?
I don't know. How did you?
Okay. Doris, I think Doris has got her own issues from the past.
Absolutely.
Right? And she's a single parent. And here her daughter comes back home. She's in the dark. She doesn't know what's going on. And the daughter is not saying anything until a private investigator visits the home. And as the private investigator visits, I pick up here and there that, this girl is in it. But at the same time, as a mother, that mother aspect always comes up, it comes through, and you want to be there for your child. You want to protect your child. And you also want to restore, you want to do damage control, even though it's late. But she wants to reach out and say, baby, let's talk. Talk to me, I'm still your mother, I love you. Irrespective of all the mistakes I've done, even irrespective of the harshness, the hardness I've been as a mother, let us talk. I know you haven't been communicating, but talk to me. Tell me what's going on. And she's that mother that's always protecting. Even though the girl doesn't come home, she always tells people, no, she's abroad, she's happening. And that's the kind of person that Doris is.
And then if we bring the Secho into this relationship dynamic, the power struggles, the healing that has to happen, what success ultimately means, right? Because she has to then return home. What went into preparing for that character? What were the lessons garnered there for you?
Oh my God. Most of the preparation was taking from some of my own experiences. I think it was quite an emotional, psychologically, emotionally, it was very difficult, but I had to go into my places of vulnerability and brokenness, anxiety and depression and all of the things that you go through when, you are successful and you are met with your first failure. Right? So the biggest lessons I think that were garnered from this role were to have, rather just to have more grace, towards oneself and allow yourself to go through all of those failures without saying it's over, it's done, nothing can ever be redeemed. But to better understand that, it's a journey that we go through to heal. And it's okay for us to allow all of the steps to unfold as they should. So playing this character really did give me a little bit more kindness to self.
The process is the purpose then.
The process is the purpose.
Because it's also set in Pretoria. So Spitori is what's used. And so the culture, the language, just all of that infused. What dynamic did that also add to the film itself?
Oh my gosh, it made it home.
Yeah, it made it home. It made it
home.
realistic. It made it real, authentic.
So talk to us about what was incorporated. I mean, this is obviously telling our stories. It's about agency, right? It's about representation as well. I mean, how did you go about doing that?
I mean, a lot of conversations amongst ourselves as cast, as production actually as a whole. We really did sit down and unpack for ourselves, what is this world that we're creating? Who are these people? And what are we trying to do? Are we only telling the story, or are we also saying to South Africa as a whole, have an opportunity to look at who you are and the beauty of community as well. I think that's
Exactly.
the biggest thing. We really create a world that's just beautiful and showcases township life and
Let's
just
get into that,
all of the
because there's the
dynamics.
nosy neighbor. There's obviously everyone existing and acknowledging each other, being a support system. What goes into that? I mean, we're looking at reality on the ground, right? There are some personal anecdotes that we can all resonate with on that front.
Yeah, and that's South Africa for you.
Exactly.
You know, besides the neighbor being nosy, she's living her life. And she's who she is. She's realistic. And Doris is this perfectionist who is always judgmental. And she wants people to be according to the book, you know. And embracing the story is saying we have to celebrate each other. We have to tolerate each other. We have to accept each other for who we are. We will never be the same. We're like fingers on a hand, you know? And that's what makes life interesting. That's what makes our neighbor interesting. She's got a life that Lesego never had. She has experienced life. She has tasted life. And here is Lesego. She comes from this family that wants her to be so perfect, to come across, because she's from the Model C background. She's a coconut. And nobody is expecting her to go through failure. And that is the saddest thing about our society, that if you are successful on top of the ladder, we do not expect you to fail. Hence, she is going through the journey that she's going through. How do I say to my mom? What do I say to my next door neighbor? She's free-spirited. She enjoys life. But me, I have been looked upon like this person who will never fail in life.
Yeah.
So what do I say? My hair is undone, my wardrobe is telling a story, just my life is telling a story. What am I going to do? How am I going to go about it?
Yeah.
And that is how society is. That is township life. And the next door neighbor doesn't even judge her, even though she sees that, something is going on, but I'm not going to judge her. Actually, I'm going to hold her hand and run with her. And that's our society. So that's how South Africa is. And that is what is nice about the township life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about that damage that's done in silence? And how do you think we need to learn to find our voice and again embrace failure, reframe it? Failure perhaps can be looked as a a lesson or a gap of
Exactly.
what you need to still learn, as opposed to making it wrong.
There's so much shame associated
Yes.
with any type of failure, and the shame is self-imposed more than it is even external. You know, it's like we judge ourselves, we shame ourselves,
We condemn
don't want to
ourselves.
talk, and this film really represents that. It represents the kind of damage that can go into not actually expressing what you're going through, and the coping mechanisms as well that sometimes we go into that are very harmful. You know, alcohol, smoking, and all of those things that don't actually help us at the end of the day. So I think it is one of those films as well that gives people the opportunity to say, how do I deal with failure? And am I dealing with it in a constructive way? Am I able to let other people in?
Yes.
Am I willing to not judge myself? You know, because what I love in how Karabo wrote this film and how it was shot is that there is still a sense of community. You know, people might say, Mike, you know, too much in my business. But at the end of the day, you can also look at it as people care enough to know
Exactly.
what you're going through
Exactly.
and to be there and to connect with you and to help you through it. So I really hope it does inspire people to understand that failure is just a part of a process. It's not, you know, a definitive part of your life. You know, you can walk through it, but more than anything, allow yourself to communicate, allow yourself to open yourself up, allow other people in
And to learn.
and learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's also shining a spotlight on the power of togetherness, because we're looking at family structures in society. It's fragmented, it's shifting as well. That was the basis of who we were back in the day as well. And
Yeah.
it's shifting slowly in this modern day. So it's just reinforcing the power of that as well. Speaking of which, you guys weren't alone in this. There's a lot of people along the value chain. You had an amazing cast as well. And I wonder what sense of community was fostered through that, and how those work dynamics also helped to bring Sabbatical to life.
We
had
love
the stock
everyone.
fund.
No shame. It was proper. This was really one of the best film experiences I've had in my career
Yes.
so far.
Yes.
Everyone was so respectful. Everyone.
From the director,
From
from the producers.
everyone. It was just amazing. And we were also invested. I think we really believed in the story. Karabo just brought something to our tables that is so authentic, so raw, so open, so beautiful. And we just came together and we were like, let's make a film. You know? So we hung out quite a lot. We're like family. Like we really adore each other. We're like family.
Cast and crew, production, everybody.
Everyone.
Some method acting going on there.
Absolutely. Of course.
Absolutely.
I actually wanted to look at the power of our stories and even just, you know, what the themes we've spoken about, the setting, the culture. It's now coming to life. We're representing ourselves on that front through this film. How important is it? Are you proud of the direction that, you know, we're also taking in terms of asserting ourselves and acknowledging that we're the magic the world is looking for at this point as well?
Oh, absolutely. It's an exciting time.
It is.
I think people are ready. We have an appetite for more than just being entertained. We don't just want entertainment. We also want to see ourselves. We want to be able to connect with a piece of work and say, this is who I am. This is my neighbor. This is my mother. This is my community. So we're very proud of where film is going as a whole in this country. It's exciting.
It is exciting, but also you must be very careful that we do not get distracted by wanting to be somebody else. You know, we've been in a place whereby we wanted to imitate Americans so much and not be ourselves. So it is important for us to really embrace and be proud of who we are as a nation, who we are as a country. And I think what Sabbatical is also doing, it's saying, for instance, it's going to cinemas. So it's saying, let us revive that cinema atmosphere again, because somehow it has died out. Somehow. So we are saying, let's get together as family, as friends, as Stockville people, and let's go and watch Sabbatical. Let it happen. It's a date.
So when is the release date then? And then
the 9th of May.
9th of May, okay. And the conversations are obviously going, so are you going to be attending any premieres? You're going to be attending any cinemas?
Yes,
Can people
we will.
expect? Tell us a little bit more about that, how people also stay in touch.
On the 6th of May.
Okay.
At Monte Casino, so we're very excited. The official release in Cinemas Kineko and New Metro countrywide. So we're very excited about that on the 9th. And then on the 11th, we've got a little luncheon that we'll be doing at Malaika Country Kitchen in Pretoria East. So it's going to be like a Mother's Day luncheon. And you also get to meet myself and some of the cast and to really just celebrate further this beautiful project that's coming out.
Thank you for being authentic and for sharing your stories, for the hard work, for helping us heal as a nation and see ourselves represented. Wishing you all the best for the premiere and for that luncheon. Happy Mother's Day in advance as well.
Thank you. And also to mention that Sabbatical is not only a mother and daughter story.
It's not.
It's mother, son, because she's a single parent. And we've got so many single female parents. So there is that space for you with your son to communicate and to reach out and say, let's talk.
Okay, drops the mic. We're done. Lead stars Mona Monyane, Clementine Mosimane this morning chatting about the new film Sabbatical. As you heard, it's releasing nationwide in cinemas on the 9th of May 2025. Let's leave the conversation there.